I am Lonnie. We could all introduce ourselves.
I'm Sammy.
Hey, Sammy. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm Teresa.
Hey, Teresa. I'm Lonnie. A little bit about myself, you guys. Well, I will do this if you don't know me. A little bit about myself. I'm a healthy family advocate. I'm advocating for the healthy restoration of self, family, really bringing our community together in sisterhood. I know a lot of us say that we desire to build our tribe, but don't really know how. The methods that we've used in the past are not necessarily sustainable. So it's my desire with these events to bring us together to have an activity, but while we're doing that activity, we're also having those healing conversations, having those purposeful, and getting as transparent as we desire to get as transparent. But those of us who move within an energy of spirituality, connectivity to higher source, we understand we don't have to say anything outwardly in order for us to receive what we need to receive in order to heal through what we're healing through. Because we're purposeful in our interactions, and we know that the people that we come in contact with are purposeful. So today we are doing a vision board workshop. We have other events, our sister circle coming up on the 18th. And all of these are just really designed to bring us together, have some fun, because those of us who have outgrown the club scene or outgrown all the things that they've created for us to come together, but we still want to find a way to come together, so that is what we're here for. And today we are here to talk about manifestation, which I myself did not believe in because I didn't realize that I was manifesting, and that which I was manifesting was not that which I desired. So a small percentage of me said, hey, I want this, but the larger percentage of me and the life that I was leading was not creating the space for that to transpire. And so in 2023, when I got really intentional, and there's water and popcorn if you're interested, because I'm like, I need some water. But in 2023, I got very, very intentional in, okay, I'm going to create a reality. And I was like, I don't know if it's possible, but if it is possible, all these people on YouTube, all these people everywhere else, I'll talk to Sammy or I'll talk to someone, they're like, yeah, girl. I was like, all right, if they say it's possible, if they could do it, I could do it. That's my mentality that I go through life. If they could do it, I could do it, because ain't nobody better than me. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me versus you. That's just, if God created a human, and when I say God, just divine source, whatever your higher power is, but if God created a human that is capable of doing something, why would I look at myself and think that I'm not capable of doing it? Because if they could do it, I could do it, right? And so I started manifesting, but the way that manifestation started was internally versus externally. So in 2012, I hosted my first vision board workshop, and this was when all this spirituality stuff was like, we in our community were like, get behind me, Satan, because we were really in a space where we were separate from the energy of creation. And I'm choosing my language, but when I was in Dallas at the time, passing out my flyers, and I was like, I'm having a vision board workshop, vision board. They're like, what in the world is that? And then trying to explain it because it was something I was excited about, but truly didn't understand it either. We get a hold of a tool and we're like, boom, I'm gonna tell everybody, but we truly don't know how to use it. So I held my first vision board workshop and no one showed up. So I'm up two, and so in that time, the vision boards that I was creating were very physical world. So I wanted friends. I wanted to be an amazing cook. Still hasn't happened. I wanted a social life. I wanted all the outwardly world things. And so when I created that vision board and following vision boards, they were all outside world. I wanted a husband that looked like this, and he had to have all these attributes and all these outwardly world things. And so that's what I learned the second time in 2023 when I created that vision board. I said, I want love. I want peace. I want joy. So it was make me over. So that is what I learned from, and again, this is going to be an open forum, but I wanted to share what I learned in crafting my vision board, in crafting this present reality, which who knows what God is unfolding. This time last year, I was sitting in my bed, unemployed, running my mouth on TikTok, and so now I'm sitting here, employed, running my mouth in a yoga studio. Who knows where I will be next year? Right. But intentionality brought me here, right? This space came to me. I didn't come to this space. You know what I'm saying? And all the things that are transpiring in my life, my family restoration. Sammy is a friend on Facebook, so Sammy has, been privy to seeing the transformation of me. And it's all because when I started truly creating realities, which I believe there's a difference between creationism and manifestation. But when I started creating realities, I realized it was an inside job. And so that's something that I wanted to communicate with self and others, and those of us who are truly trying to change our lives. We are sick of the loop. I've identified we live in loops. I've identified that we live in loops because I record everything. Yesterday, I was struggling with family things. Like, I was really upset about family. And, you think you healed past it until you're confronted with it, and you're like, boom, I'm still pissed, And so I was really pissed off about family things. Well, the beautiful thing about the memories that they show you on TikTok and they show you on Facebook, they say on this day last year, this day 8 years ago, on this day, yesterday, on this day, the year prior, I was pissed off about family.
Wow.
Yes. And so it's like, and this happens all the time. If Adoy was here, my oldest daughter, she would confirm this happens all the time because I record everything and she records everything. Me and my husband having an argument about laundry, and then Adoy sends me a message and says, look at the conversation me and Dre had last year on this day about laundry. So you realize that we're living the same day. We live truly Groundhog's Day because we are manifesting the same reality. So it is very important for us to intentionally do one thing. If we can commit to one thing each day different, that will create what we will be doing on this day the next year differently. Because I am 1,000% in the knowing that we are living in a loop, which means when they say, your today creates your tomorrow, well, what does that mean when we're actually putting it in application? Well, whatever we're doing today, if we're doing the exact same thing we did yesterday, if we're doing the exact same thing we did on this day a year ago, well, guess what? This day, a year from now, is going to look exactly like today. It's going to look a little different, but it's going to look exactly the same. So if we are creating realities, and in creationism, I jump around a lot, friend. Sammy knows, but I'm like, I jump around a lot. But when we're creating realities, we have to be very intentional. So when I say the difference between manifestation and creationism, manifestation is like end goal, right? I want that. And so when we're looking at that, we're like, well, there's 1,000 steps to that. And we become overwhelmed because we're just like, how do I even get that? I don't know how to become a public figure and all the things that I'm working to create, but I want that, or I'm trying to manifest, but I want that. How do I do it? So we become overwhelmed. In the world of creationism, we have to understand creation almost sounds to me like you're making something, right? We're crafting something. So we're like, okay, yes, I want that. Definitely that's what I want. But since we're not focused on the 10,000 steps to get to that, I understand if I'm creating something, I have to use one piece, and then one piece, and then one piece, and then one piece. So it kind of takes our brain from the overwhelming, I don't even know how to get there. I don't know how to get to Jennifer Hudson's couch. So how am I make that happen? I don't know. I might as well just sit on my bed, especially if we're getting more of the same, right? But if we think of in the creationism, when we think of, and my background is the Bible, which is my holy book that I choose to use. But if we look of when God created the heavens and the earth, it was a day by day process. It wasn't a one-off thing. It wasn't like God created and just chilled. It was a process. So when we know that we are actually intentional creators, we don't even worry about how I'm gonna get to Jennifer Hudson's couch. We just know I set that intention. I know that my higher power knows where I'm trying to go. So we have to understand that every single step that we're taking is taking us to that goal, no matter how discouraging it gets. And I just encourage all of us as a community and as a society to believe and dream big, right? Don't dream about, a bigger salon. Dream about whatever it is that you know that you came to this earth to do. Whatever it is that you know that you came to this earth to do. Don't cheat yourself. Just because of what you've achieved thus far in this lifetime, and it's pretty good, right? They do a great job of keeping us comfortable so we don't try for more. But as long as I'm comfortable, I'm good, as long as no. We are kings and we are queens. And as melanated people, we are the creators of this world. We literally bring forth life. Everything that we see came from us. So why would we ever limit ourselves in what we truly believe that we can create? So as we craft our vision boards, I want us to know that it's an inside job. Who do you need to become in order to create this outside world? Who do you internally need to become? Who do you internally need to become in order to craft your outside world? And that's what I learned. When I said I wanted my family to be restored in order, of course, I want to be famous. I want the wealth. I want all these different things. And I'm like, okay, where's the wealth? Where's the fame? Where's the da-da-da? But then I looked at my vision board again. I was like, damn, my love is restored in my family. Actually, I didn't, based off of the love I have today, I really didn't have love. I had trauma bonding. Me and my husband were so, now that I know, we spoke meanly to each other, but we love each other so we can speak to each other however we choose. You know what I'm saying? I have peace. I thought I had peace, but no, I have peace now. I have all those things that made me a better person. And as I became a better person, I elevated my vibrational point and I became closer to my God consciousness or my higher consciousness. And we gotta shed the BS, right? We need to shed the BS and become lighter and metaphorically become lighter so that we can elevate to become closer to God, which is our creative self. So I hope I made some points. I'm talking fast, but today when we construct our vision boards, the piece that may be different than the boards that you have created in the past would be, it's an inside job. So yes, we want all the outwardly world things and focus on those things because that's the end goal. But what's the internal work that you have to do to lighten yourself up so that you can now start communicating with those messages, right? The messages I'm receiving now from Spirit, I couldn't receive last year because I didn't have that connectivity. So that is what I want us all to take with us as we create our boards. Now I open the floor to everyone that's in the room so that we can also share what we have learned about manifestation, creationism, and we can all utilize that as we create our boards.